Now, one of the most important things when it comes to service and sales is reframing negatives to positives. Now, I want to qualify this when I say this, because when I say reframing negatives to positives, I'm not talking about BS. I'm not talking about misrepresenting or not being authentic or genuine, because you can reframe a negative to a positive without BSing people. All right? Now, I'm going to give you a handful of examples. So, in the hospitality industry, let's take hotels for example. Someone says they want to know if, trying to think. So they want to know, they have a request, a specific request. And it doesn't matter what the request is. You hear the request and you know deep down in your heart that you probably can't do the request. Maybe there are other options, maybe there aren't. But someone asks you something and you say, oh, geez, unfortunately, we can't do that. Now, I want you, as you're listening to the show today, listen to those 5 words. Unfortunately, we can't do that. All I heard when I hear something like that is unfortunately. And once I hear the word unfortunately, I know it's going to be terrible. And now I'm really disappointed, sad, frustrated, mad, combination of all of them. Unfortunately is one of those words that goes in the category of but. Everything that comes after but is bad. Everything that comes after unfortunately is bad. Words are so important, and the power and influence of words can be very different in the spoken or written word. So, unfortunately, it's bad no matter what, but unfortunately, it's especially bad when it's written. Because if I see something in writing and I see a sentence starts with unfortunately, I'm totally preparing. So I want you to think of, what are your options? So here you are in a situation of service and hospitality where someone has said to you, made a request, you know deep down probably won't happen, can't happen, probably don't even know if there's any other solutions. What are your options? You know what I would say to that person? And this is what I mean about reframing. I would say to that person, you know what? Great question. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do that, but let me check. Let me look into something for a minute and let me know if we can do it. Now, let's just assume, let's take an extreme example. Let's assume there's about a 1% chance that you could actually come up with a solution for them. A lot of people, when I share this with them, they might say, well, Mark, that feels a little dishonest and disingenuous, because if I know that it's unlikely I'm going to be able to solve this problem and I make it seem like I put them through this charade of, geez, it just doesn't sound very authentic. Well, let me tell you something. You have a choice. Life is about choices. The receiver of the communication that's encoding the communication, with my reframing of, great question, let me check into this for you, and I'll be right back, they feel heard. They actually feel like you made some kind of effort to hear them, to look into it, to care.